So welcome back to math class. Today we are going to be talking about volume, and the definition of volume is the amount of space that a 3D shape occupies or contains. Volume is calculated by the formula V equals L times W times height. Volume equals length times width times height. And once again, just to reiterate the definition, volume is the amount of space that a 3D shape occupies or contains. So let's look at some examples over here. Here we have just a singular block. It's just one block, but as you can see, the block takes up space. I can't go through it. I can go on top of it, I can go underneath it, but I can't go through it because it's occupying a space. Now, we can do the calculation to find out the volume for this block. So we need to find out the length. So the length of the block is 1, just one block wide, and the width of this block is also 1, and the height of the block is also 1. So here, let's grab our sign over here. So volume equals length times width times height. Oops, that's not an H, there we go. So volume equals 1 block times 1 block times 1 block, and volume equals, and since we know 1 times 1 is 1 times 1 is 1, our volume for this block is 1 cubic block. There we go, because it's 3D, so it's got this superscript of 3, because we multiplied block by block by block for the sides, but as you can see, it's 1 cubic block, just one block. It occupies that amount of space. For this one over here, we have a bigger block, and the length of this block is 2, the width is also 2, the height is also 2. I guess I kind of screwed it up. So the top part would be the length, this would be the width, and then that part would be the height. But we still have the numbers here, so it's 2 by 2 by 2. So let's calculate our volume. Volume equals length times width times height. Volume equals 2 blocks times 2 blocks times 2 blocks. So let's calculate this. So volume equals 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, so therefore it is 8 cubic blocks. And if we break these apart too, we can count them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It takes up a total of 8 blocks. It's a much bigger shape than the block, this 1 cubic block. As you can see, we can't go through it. It occupies a space. And, once again, the formula, length times width times height. So let's look at this one now. This one is even bigger. Once again, occupies a bigger space. And let's look at the height. So height is 1, 2, 3. The length is 1, 2, 3. And the width is also 1, 2, 3. So we can plug this into our formula. Pop it right there. Volume equals length times width times height. Volume equals 3 blocks times 3 blocks times 3 blocks. So volume equals 3 times 3 is 9, and then 9 times 3 is 27, so 27 cubic blocks. And if we break these down and count them out, we can find this also. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. It takes up 27 cubic blocks. Total. Here, I'll put the shape back together now. Remember, volume is the space that a shape occupies or contains. So for these examples, we've been talking about the space that these shapes occupy. They're in the way, we can't do anything about them. They're block stuff. Here, let's look at this example. I have a bunch of water, and we're going to look at the space that a shape contains. So as you can see on the bottom, we got a width of 2, we got a height of 2, and if we look at the length is also 2 as well. And let's pop this into our formula. Volume is length times width times height. Volume equals, we got 2 blocks times 2 blocks times 2 blocks. Once again, we saw this, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, so it's 8 cubic blocks. And if we fill in this water and count how many blocks it takes, we can also see that it's 8 cubic blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The volume of this space down here is 8 cubic blocks. There we go, I'll fill that back in. And the formula is always going to be length times width times height. The definition is the amount of space that a 3D shape occupies or contains. And we always need to remember that our units are cubed. When we were talking about area and perimeter, which I have the definitions over there, with area we're only multiplying length times width, so it's only squared because we're just doing 1 unit by 1 unit. But with volume, we're multiplying 3 units, so it's cubed. So there we go. There's your quick little introduction to volume.